Good morning. 45 minutes of fun and games. Are you ready? Right. Let's start on your backs. Nice deep breaths. Thanks, Roots. I really want a slipper on my face. Okay, so breathing down into your lower belly. Noticing the rising and sinking as you breathe in and out. Allow the back of your body to sink. So you're heavy through the back of your pelvis, heavy through the back of your ribs, heavy through the back of your head. And then just take a moment to have a check-in. So how are you feeling today? How are you feeling? Let's go physically first. So if you need to have a little bit of a wiggle to work that out, it can be helpful. And what are you going to do for yourself today? Oh, we didn't check in mentally. How are you feeling mentally? Maybe that'll help answer what you're going to do for yourself today. I'm going to go to bed early. That's what I'm going to do for myself today. Or maybe have a little nap during the day. So underrated naps are. Okay. Let's reach your arms and legs away. Come into a full body stretch. Open up your ribs. Open up your waist, armpits. If it's too much, through your arms, hands and your elbows. Breathing into it. Okay, we're just gonna unwind everything in you. Find a bit of space, find a bit of movement. And then we got fun and games coming up. So you're going to bring your left knee into your chest and have your right leg long on the mat. Left knee in, right leg long. Just hold it here for a moment. That will start to open things up. And then have your left arm out. Draw your knee over to the right. Sorry, Rhubarb, you're getting squished, but that's what happens when you lie there. She's literally just underneath my knee. So try and keep your left shoulder down. Breathe into that space that you're creating. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Two more deep breaths here. Last one. And then leg back in, switch over to the other side. So right knee in, left leg long. Left hand on your right knee, right arm out to the side. Keep that right shoulder down as you draw your knee across you. And get rolled on by the dog. Oh, you're taking me with you. Breathing into it. Try and keep your breath low. Keep your breath slow. And then back in with that leg. Rubes, you're going to have to move. Okay, right, we're actually just going to come straight onto all fours. Because you'll see that my dog has just taken over my mat. So onto all fours. What are you doing? And have a little wiggle. This is not where we were planning to go, thanks Reba. She's been away with some friends recently. Well, the last few days. And I think you're a bit tired. Are you tired? Okay. So we're going to just do a normal cat. So hands are underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Now you move. Tuck your bottom under, round your back, look to your belly button. And then bottom out, ribs draw down, eye gaze comes forwards. And then again, rounding up. And going the other way. Rounding. And releasing. We're going to take this into a shoulder stretch. So your left hand is going to come in front of your right knee and have your palm facing up. So left hand in front of your right knee, palm facing up. You're going to round your back up, push into your left hand, the back of that hand. That might not give you a stretch. You might need to reach your hand a little bit further through to open through your shoulder blade. And then release. And then again, so keep your hand where it is, rounding back up. And then release one last time, rounding. Okay, let's do that on the other side. So right hand in front of your left knee, palm facing up. Round your back, push your palm down. And then stick your bum out. Rounding. Releasing. Again, rounding. Releasing one last time. Rounding. And then back into a child's pose. If it's too much, you can just go stack your fists. Rest your head on your fists. You can go bum back towards your heels. And breathe into it wherever you are. Three more deep breaths here. Keep your breath coming into the back of your lower ribs. See if you can get your sit bones just dropping. You're not doing anything, just where everything opens, they drop down a little bit more. And then releasing off, you're going to come onto your front. Okay, so on your front, if this is too much on your front, you are more than welcome to come onto your side and do it there. Bring one heel into your bum and hold onto your ankle. So we're doing a quad stretch. Your pubic bone pushes down towards the mat. A flexed foot makes this stronger. And as always, you can just wiggle into it. Finding that space through the front of your hip. Okay. Let's do that on the other side, switching legs. So if you're on one side, switch over to the other side. If you're on your front, just switch your leg over. Pubic bone draws down, flex your foot, open through the front of your quad, open through the front of your thigh. Breathing into it. Nice, slow, deep breaths. And then release your legs. We're going to be on your fronts. If you want a cushion underneath your forehead, it's not a bad idea. It just protects your nose. Look straight down. I'm going to keep my head up so that you can hear me. Otherwise it gets a little bit muffled. Arms are down by your sides. Palms, well, so if your arms are down by your sides and your palms are facing up, do you notice how you're really closed across your chest? Let's open your chest. A really simple way to do it is just have your palms facing down. Notice how that gives you more space. Fingers reach down towards your toes. Your pubic bone pushes down into the mat so that you're long through your lower spine. Nice and strong through your center. So fingers reach down towards your toes. Pubic bone drops down into the mat. And you're coming into a chest lift. And then back down. So your mid-back is doing the work. And this doesn't have to be high. Keep strong through your center. And your arms might float a couple of inches. That's cool. Three more of these. Two. Last one. And then rest it down. You can go hands underneath your forehead. Just soften your shoulders, soften your hips. Let it release. Okay. We're now going to warm up into your waist. We're going to do lots of waist bits today. So, again, arms back by your sides, palms face down. That tuck of your pelvis so that you're long through your lower spine. Fingers reach down towards your toes. And then come into a little side bend. So, I stay flat. I'm not twisting through my shoulders. My shoulders stay the same height. I lengthen through one side of my waist, shorten through the other. Back to the center. Switch to the other side. So you're alternating side to side. Keep your center strong. If you need to pop down, rest down at any point, then do. If you need to come into a child's pose, then also do. Keep looking straight down as you do this. So you've got a slight tuck of your chin. Alternating side to side. One more each side. And then release into a child's pose. Just let everything soften off for a second. Okay. You are then going to come to seated. So, I always say this, I don't really mind how you sit as long as you sit tall through your spine. So if you need to sit on like a block, cushions, books, absolutely do. It just gives you more space in your hips. If you always sit with your legs crossed one way, can you cross your legs the other way? Oh, that's going to feel strange. And again, we're going to work through opening through your waist, opening through your ribs. So, really heavy through both sit bones. One arm is going to come up, the other hand can rest down, coming over. Keep this shoulder soft, so the arm that's down, keep that shoulder soft, nice and tall, and then switching. Just keep on alternating. Let's just start to Open everything out. Okay, one more each side. And then back to the center. Just circle your shoulders. Okay. If you can, we're going to go into a Z sit. So my left foot is tucked into my left hip, and then my right knee is reaching over to the right. If you can do the same way, ideal. Just because we're going to work with lefts and rights. If you're going the other way, it doesn't matter. You'll just do the opposite. So left foot is tucked under, right knee is pointing out to the right. You won't necessarily get both sit bones down here, so you might feel a little bit like this. Just try and stay heavy through both sides. Your right hand is going to come down, left arm reaches up and over. And then stay tall, left hand down, right arm up. And then switching. And switching. Okay. We can slightly add to this. So as your right hand comes down, you push your hips forwards. And then down, let's just counterbalance. And then again, right hand down, reach up and over with your left. And then back down. Switching over. Again, up and over. I'm going to give you one last option here, just counterbalance quickly, is a little twist or thread the needle. So you come up and over, this top arm threads under. If you wanted to just keep your hips down, go up, thread under, that is also good. And just open and close. You can stay up, opening your chest, threading through. Open your chest, thread through. One more. Open your chest, thread through, back down, shake your hands. We're going to do that on the other side. So legs go the other way. Right heel to your right bum cheek, left knee out to the left. Just do a couple to warm up into it. So you keep your shoulder blades soft down your back. You've got that space between your ears and your shoulders. Heavy through both sides of your pelvis. Okay, so either stick with these or left hand down, reaching up and over. And then back down, counterbalance. So your hand comes down, shoulder blades connect, abs connect, push forwards, down and over. If these feel okay, you can do your thread through, open up. Remember, you could do that with your hands, your hips down, opening back, threading through, whichever works. Just start to open your chest, find that upper thoracic movement, so upper spine movement. Okay. And then rest it down. Shake your shoulders out. Just come back to sitting however's most comfortable. Gentle fists, little circles. Might get some clicks and cracks. Reverse the other way. Got noisy bangles on. Okay. You're then going to circle your elbows. Struggling with body parts today. Get your elbows moving. Reverse the other way. And then arms, just get your arms moving. If that's too much, hands on shoulders works well. And then reverse. Whilst we're doing this, should we get your brains engaged? Can you do one arm one way, one arm the other way? Reverse the other way. And then arms back down. Shake your shoulders. We're going to come back onto your backs. Knees bent, feet hip width apart. We're just going to get a bit more of your spine moving and then your abs warming up even more. So find that equal weight through both sides of your pelvis. Couple of pelvic tilts. So lower back into the mat and release. Lower back into your mat and release. Lower back into your mat, releasing. Okay. Keep your pelvis heavy. So both sides of your pelvis stay flat. You're going to draw your hip on one side up towards your rib cage. And then release. Hip on the other side up towards your rib. So think of this as just a bum wiggle. One way, the other way. And then you're heavy through the back of your pelvis. Circles with your pelvis. And I want you to be doing a piston movement with your knees, not a side to side movement. So maybe don't think about your pelvis moving, just think about your knee reaching and then the other one. If that then feels okay, you can work that bit out. Come into your circle with your pelvis. So maybe imagining a bowl of water on the front of your pelvis and you're swishing the water around. Reverse the other way. So maybe back into your piston. If you can, then piston, but with your pelvis going round in a circle. Okay. And then let your pelvis settle. You're going to come into ab prep one. So little tilts of your pelvis, peeling up bone by bone. And then down bone by bone. Don't come up higher than your shoulder blades. Find that gentle movement. Keep your knees reaching, opening through the front of your thighs. Your shoulders stay open. If you feel like you're tensing into your shoulders, a really good thing to do is to wiggle your fingers. One, last one. And then Let your pelvis settle. Arms are going to come up to the ceiling. I know that we're not using equipment, but just use something nearby that you can have one hand on each end. So a cushion will do. I've got a slipper. Anything that means that your arms can move back at the same time. Just because we sometimes get one arm moving than the other, this just creates a little bit of balance. So it's nothing particular in your hands. So shoulders are really heavy. Let them sink down. A couple of times, just bring your arms back and in. Come back as far as feel comfortable. So find your boundaries. Maybe you can push them a little bit. Maybe you need to stay away from them today. Our boundaries are ever changing. Okay. What tends to happen as our arms come back, and I'm the prime example of this today, is that we lift our rib cage. So our front lower ribs, I'll exaggerate a bit, but they stick up, and as then we come in, they come down. I want you to just pop whatever it is in your hands next to you. Rest your hands on the base of your rib cage. Breathe into where your hands are, so you'll feel that expansion as you breathe in. And the softness as you breathe out. Expansion as you breathe in. Softness as you breathe out. Cool. As you breathe out, I want you to get your ribs softening down. So it's like your rib cage draws down towards your pubic bone. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, those front lower ribs draw down towards your pubic bone. You'll feel your abdominals starting to switch on. Breathing in, they're opening up. Breathing out, softening down. Breathing in, opening up. Breathing out, softening down. Okay. Fingers now interlaced behind the back of your head. So the weight of your skull is resting in your hands. It's not your hands on the back of your neck. So I always think hands behind my nose. Take a breath in here. Breathe out, get those ribs drawing down. Get your abs connecting, and then peel your head and chest up. Little breath in at the top. Breathing out to come back down. And then again, breathing in, breathing out. Little breath in, breathing out. Breathing in at the bottom, breathing out to come back down. Just go for 2 more of these. I just want you to get that feeling of your ribs and your abs connecting. Cool. You're then going to grab your cushion again. Cushion, slipper, whatever item you have. Take a breath in. Breathing out, draw your ribs down. Connect your abs, bring your arms back. Come back as far as you can with your arms that your ribs stay soft. The second your ribs start to lift, you're going too far. So a little breath in. Breathing out, ribs draw down. Connect your abs, arms come back. Take a little breath in, breathing out to come back down. So this might start to highlight any tightness through your shoulders or restrictions. I always think of it as like you're using your abs to give your shoulders a bit more support. Okay, one last one. And then release your arms. You can rid of your slipper or whatever item it was. Just whilst we're here, you're going to go feet together, knees together. Just roll your knees from side to side. Keep your shoulders down. Your head can roll the opposite way to your knees. It's a really good way to untwist, open everything up. If that feels okay, you can go arms in a Y shape. It's a little bit stronger. So that's a little bit more like earlier when we had your knee into your chest. Okay. And then back to the center. Right, this next bit, let me just talk you through it. So we're going to do some side planks. Really important with these is that your ribs stay connected, your shoulder blades stay dropping down your back. We're going to start on your forearm. So come onto your side. You're going to have your heels, your hips, and it'll be your elbow and shoulder in line with each other. It's really useful to use the back of your mat so that you know that you've got a straight line. Otherwise we think we're straight, but actually we're quite wonky. And just let your waist sink down, your shoulder might come up to here. This is an impossible place to move from. Everything you're going to have to strain it, grip it. Not healthy. I want you to lift up through your waist. So your waist is long. We've really opened your waist already. Shoulder blades connect down your back. And then we're thinking about your ribs drawing down so that you've got your abs working. Nice strong center, little breath in. Breathing out. Hips push up. And then back down. Hips push up. Back down. We're using these muscles in your armpit. We're using your abs. Inner thighs can gently draw in towards each other. Cool. That might be all you want to do today. You can come up onto a hand. So your hand now goes underneath your shoulder. Same theory. Shoulders connect, ribs connect, abs connect. Nice long waist. Take a breath in. Breathing out. Hips up. Slowly come down. Take a little breath in. Breathing out. Connect. And then slowly come down. Coming up. And down. Your fingers want to be really wide. Gently push into the tips of your fingers as well. That's going to give you more support up through your arm into your shoulder. If these feel okay, you go long bottom leg. So still heel, hip, hand or elbow in line with each other. This top leg can start bent. So probably like, I don't know, roughly in front of your knee. You could have this top hand resting on your knee. Long waist, ribs, shoulder blades, abs, so much to think about. Push up and down. You can do it without this top hand. So as you come up, this top arm can reach. Or the further away from you this top foot goes, further away from you, further down your leg this top leg goes, the stronger this is. So kind of straight legs. That is stronger. Legs stacked is strongest. What a very movie match. That's not very helpful. Stay wherever you are. Keep coming off this arm. Give it a shake. I'd much rather that you did like one or two really strong ones and had a rest than like keep going, keep going, keep going because you're making them easier. And wherever you are, ribs draw down, abs connect. Okay, I'm going to give you one last option. So you could just go onto your elbow or onto a hand, knees stay down, and you just thread through. So you're doing a thread the needle here, opening up. If that feels okay, you can be on your knees, lift your hips, thread through, opening up, or whichever level kind of your plank you're at today, pushing up, thread, as you thread through, your hips lift and you open. Keep drawing in through your center to give you balance. Go for one more. Wherever you are, really rotate, hips push up. And then shake that side out. So the slightly frustrating thing about having two sides to your body is you have to do this twice. So switch over. And we're all going to start down here, just warming up into it. So heels, hips, elbow in line with each other. Just let your waist collapse so you know where you don't want to be. And then top hip reaches down, drawing in. Find the lift through your armpit. Ribs draw down, shoulder blades draw down, pushing up and down, pushing up and down. Feel your waist work. Feel your abs work. Okay, if they feel okay, you can go onto a hand. Remember, wide fingers. I never tell people which way to point their fingers because it very much depends on your shoulders and your elbows. You want to feel the most supported. Push down into the tips of your fingers, coming up, down. As you come up, it's really tempting to push yourself down towards your feet. I want you to reach your head over your hands. This top arm can come with you. And then if they feel okay, long bottom leg. Remember, you can do these on your forearm, you can do these on a long arm. So top knee can be bent in front of you. Find the lift of your chest, the connection through your waist. Ribs connect, chest is open. Pushing up. And then if they're okay, your top foot can wiggle further down. Feet can stay long. You can stack your feet. Coming down. If you've got a mat that kind of slides in opposite directions as you do this, start with your hand a tiny bit closer in towards you, and then you won't get as much movement. Okay, go for one more wherever you are, and then we're going to add your rotation. So coming up, you will have more stability on one side than the other. We're going to come into that thread the needle, so you can do it on your elbow, knees stay down, just opening up, threading through. You can change that to on a long arm, opening up, threading through, opening up, threading through. You can do that with your plank, so like half plank. You can do that with a long bottom leg, and then however far away you want to go with your top leg. If you're going for the full version, really reach your hips up and then open, reaching up and opening, reaching up Opening one more thread. Open. Release. Shake your wrists out. Shake your arms out. Just come back into that gentle fist, little circles. My mat has moved all over the place. And then just circles the other way with your wrists. And then just shake your hands, wrists, shoulders, elbows out. And then come back onto your backs. We're just going to give your shoulders a little cool down. So hands on opposite elbows, but switch your hands over so that your other forearm's in front of your face. So hands on elbows, switching your hands over so that your other forearm's in front of your face. So basically you feel like you're crossing your arms wrong. Little circles in front of you. Reverse the other way. And then switch your arms back so that your arms are across the right way. Little circles. Reverse back. Keep your hands on your elbows, elbows come back behind you. And then in, coming back. And in, couple more. And then either a full body stretch or knees into your chest, whichever you need. You can have a little wriggle of your arms if you're in a full body stretch. Wriggle of your ribs. Might want to lift your ribs up so that you get that stretch through your front. And then shake it all out. Amazing, amazing work. Well done. Well done, well done, well done. You might feel a bit achy through shoulders and wrists. Keep shaking them, keep moving them. Just that like gentle fist and circles is a really nice movement to do. We kind of neglect wrists. I know that we use our hands a lot, but in a very, I can't remember the word, in a very unintentional way. Like we don't have much intention to our movement. They just work. Maybe it's more of like a subconscious thing. I don't know. Right. Have the best day. Sending you so much love. Au revoir.